Hello, I'm Harry Flinky. Remember, you don't have to. And today I'm going to be reviewing the Morgue File case number 4. I just got done watching it yesterday and, oh man, there is so much we need to talk about. So for those of you who don't know, the Morgue Files is an audio drama horror series on the YouTube channel David Near, and it's a series that combines lots of horror lore, so things like cryptids, monsters, creepypastas, anything horror related. They have it, and they tell really good and genuinely really well written stories that combine the ideas of creepypastas and other mythical horror legends with their own original ideas. Now, for this review, I'm going to be talking a lot of spoilers for the Morgue Files case number 4. So if you have not seen any of the Morgue Files, then I will leave a link for you in the description to either go and check out David Near's YouTube channel, or I will link another description in the where it'll send you to the Morgue Files playlist. So that's all I'm going to be saying in terms of what the Morgue Files is. Let's get into the review. So let's talk about the story. So the story is that Sally Hatfield has gone to live with her grandmother after her parents have died in a car accident, and things take a wild turn after Dr. Wilson, who Sally has been seeing as a counsellor, suggests for her to go to the cemetery with her grandmother to mourn her parents in a natural and progressive way. Now, the characters and the story in this were just amazing. There's a lot to unpack, so I'm not going to recap everything. If you want to hear me talk about the lore and that, you can check out my Case 3 review, but there was a lot to unpack in this story. Firstly, I love the inclusion of the mine on Hills Grove. For those of you who haven't seen Case 3, or for those of you who have seen Case 3, you know that the mine has a weird tendency of showing off clones of people that have passed away, theoretically close to or inside the mine. Now, I love the inclusion of this mine, and it's actually a really clever explanation to include an evil Sally without having to have any connection to the story that's based on, the Sally Williams creepypasta. Now, I'm just gonna come out right and say this is way better than Sally Williams. The Morgue Files Case 4 is better written, better told, and it's just amazing. The artwork is stunning. Like, Bridget Near and David Near did a fantastic job on the artwork and the story and the voice acting. And honestly, I think it's safe to say that David Near once again knocked it out of the park with the Morgue Files case number 4. Now, the references. I'm going to talk about the references. Those of you who haven't seen the Morgue Files 4 or any of the Morgue Files episodes, click off the video now and go check them out. Once again, I'll leave the playlist in the description. The references on this were phenomenal. Like, there's a reference to Laughing Jack in the beginning, where Sally and her grandmother Helen are digging through some stuff and find an old Jack-in-the-Box, and then Sally describes a nightmare that she had of a clown that she'd been seeing, and all these creepy children that have basically invaded her dream. That was all well and good. The story was phenomenal. I loved the fear in this, the fear factor, and how well written a story without feeling forced. There's a character in it called Aiden, who, when I initially saw the trailer, I thought he was just going to be some creep or a quick villain. But no, they actually kind of revealed him to be a bit of a troublemaker right away. And the story he goes through with Sally, the way he treats her, the way he thinks that she's made for him. Oh man, it's really disturbing and in the best way possible. Now, initially when I first heard about that, when Aiden said something like, "Oh, you're made for me. God made you for me." I thought he was just gonna be some creepy stalker, but thankfully, it didn't go that route, and instead it was a lot more creative and creatively disturbing. I thought he was a well-written character, and he had this weird god complex which allowed him to see certain crimes as sins, like murder, but for some reason he seems to think what he's doing to Sally isn't a sin. And I love that about how complex the character is. You can almost, feel sorry for him, but that sorrow and sympathy is immediately dashed when you realise what his plans are and what he does to Sally Williams. And oh man, the reveal of the Reeve twins. I thought we weren't going to see them again for a while, but the fact that they had a small role in the Morgue Files case number 4, oh wow, it was really good. When I first saw the Reeve twins in case 3, I thought they were kind of well written. I thought they were going to be just these one-time characters, and that's the thing with the characters in the Morgue Files, like the main characters or the villains. You think they're going to be one time, but then they appear in another story. And the role that the Reeves play in this story, and the twist that turns out the twist where it turns out Aiden is their brother, and the fact that they sacrificed him, and then it's revealed, and before that it's revealed that they killed his/their mother. It was chilling, and it shows you how evil the Reeve twins were. Now, I want to talk about the acting. I thought the acting, like always, was superb. Now, admittedly, I thought it was kind of jarring to hear the returning character's voices without hearing Nick Cortez and Chad Revenell at the helm. But the voices, whoever did the voices for those characters, like Detective Kent and even Mr. Crawlin, who makes a return, whoever voices them, and the fact that if you read the end credits, I think it's actually David who voiced them. David really manages to give off the right characteristics and actually do the right. He actually did quite a good impression of the previous voices for Kent and Crawlin, and that's what I really loved. I thought that if Detective Kent or any of the characters voiced by Nick Cortez were ever going to make a return, they were going to sound a lot more noticeable, but they didn't. I think the only one that was semi-noticeable was Kent, but that was very minor, and David Nick did a brilliant job at voicing the characters, the returning characters. And I gotta say, for a 2-person team, David Neal and Bridget are really good at what they do in terms of voice acting, artwork, and also in terms of music. Honestly, I thought that Nick and Chad leaving was gonna make a big difference, but I kind of believed it wouldn't, and it hasn't. It hasn't made a difference. I won't go into what happened to Nick and Chad because I myself do not know what the hell happened there. It's not really any of my business. But anywho, overall it was amazing. The voice acting, the artwork, the story, all of it was superb, and it really made my heart break for Sally, and she was a lot more sympathetic in a more natural way in this story than she ever was in her creepypasta form. And I know what David Neal and Nick Bridget Neal are probably going to say that. I know they're probably going to say that Sally Field isn't based on Sally Williams. She's not Sally Williams, there's no connection to that story. And I'm glad there isn't. But you can kind of see that Sally Hatfield was a bit inspired by Williams. And she's so much better than Sally Williams. Also, I want to talk about the post-credit scene. Now, this is where I'll get into major spoilers. If you don't want me to spoil the end credits for you, then turn away now. And if you're still watching, then good for you, man. And also, if you're still watching this, even though and you've already watched the Morgue Files Case 4, or you haven't watched Case 4, then I don't know, whatever, I guess. But what I will say is that the end credits scene was amazing. The reveal that this Indrid Cold guy is IC, and we will potentially be seeing more of him in Case 5, and he'll potentially be the main character in the 5th episode. My mind was blown away. It truly was. So, without further ado, what I will say is that, yes, David Neal and Bridget Neal once again knocked out of the park. Best wishes to those who've left, and best wishes to those who continue to carry on with the Morgue Files. So best wishes to David Neal and Bridget Neal. I wish you all luck on the next episode, and also, I just want to say, right? I want to say this. David Neal is the James Gunn of horror. Yes, I think he's that good. And I'm a huge fan of James Gunn's work in the Guardians of the Galaxy films, so that should be a testament. So yeah, David Neal, Bridget Neal, you once again knocked out of the park. Well done. But that's all I'm going to be saying for now. I'll give the Morgue Files case number 4 maybe a 9.5 out of 10, maybe a 9 out of 10, or a 10 out of 10, depending on how my ranking changes and if I see it. I'd say maybe around, I'd say it's about a 9.5 out of 10. That's all I can say. But without further ado, that's all I have to say. Go and watch the Morgue Files, go and subscribe to David Neal. You once again knocked out of the park, and you won't be disappointed. I'm Harry Flea TV, I remember it, so you don't have to. Also, I just want to say, the way they added Ed and Lorraine Warren towards the end, that was mind-blowing. That was mind-blowing. I did not see that coming. So, without further ado, I'll see you next time, and hopefully we'll see more from David Neal and Bridget Neal in the future. I'm Harry Flea TV, remember, you don't have to.